Hello, I'm Cara Stanford. This is the Marketing Spaces. Thank you for joining me for this webinar today on the key components your marketing and sales pipeline needs. Grab a pen and paper, you might want to make some notes, and let's go. So first of all, let's have a quick reminder about what a marketing and sales pipeline looks like. So this is the version that we work off at the Marketing Spaces, in which we use with all of our clients. So it's taking people through from being completely unaware that you, your organization, your product, your service exists, all the way through the different steps to them becoming a loyal customer. And adopting is where they make that purchase from you. It is a journey, it is a steps. There are steps to the things to do at each stage. The big thing is, let's set it up so you know what marketing you have to do at each point, when and why. So when I am referring to a marketing and sales pipeline, this is what I am referring to. Another key principle is marketing and sales go together. We as marketers should always be thinking about sales. How does this support sales? How does this make a sale possible? What needs to happen to get that sale in? Please don't make the mistake of separating them out, particularly if you're in a small growing business. They always have to go together forever. So let's look at the 5 key components that your marketing and sales pipeline needs to make it a success. Number 1, your key segment at the center. Key segment, not everybody that you could ever possibly sell to. You have to design your marketing and sales pipeline with your ideal customer group right at the heart of it. This means you need to be very clear about who you are selling to, why they would want to buy your product or service, and then how they wish to be engaged with. It's all about them. This is their journey through your marketing and sales pipeline. Your job is to make it a pleasant one for them. 2, you have to have proof of effectiveness at every single stage of this journey. You need to know what's working and what's not working, and why. Why is it working? Because when it works, let's do more of it. When it doesn't work, why isn't it working? What can we change? What can we improve? And you have to have this proof of effectiveness across the whole pipeline. And it is harder at the awareness stage. It's very hard to know, if you do a piece of awareness marketing, that it has had an impact. And that's why it's important, though, to have a clear presentation about the data and the facts, and also to understand the difference between your causal links and your correlative links. So a causal link is you do X, Y happens, and you can clearly see Y happens. A correlative link is you do Y piece of marketing, Z happens at roughly the same time as the result. So you're pretty sure that it's as a result of what you did. But you need to be very, very clear at each stage so that you can have this proof, facts, figures, proof. What's happening, what's working, what's not working. 3, marketing has to feed sales. A sale begins with a marketing qualified lead. And as a marketer or running the marketing department, you then have to pass that marketing qualified leads over to the salesperson. Now, it might be you're the salesperson, it might be you're the salesperson, and then they can take it forward as a sales qualified lead. A marketing qualified lead is a potential customer that has shown strong indicators that they are looking to buy. It's not someone who you think should buy from you. It's not someone who's on one of your lists because they've been vaguely interested in something you've looked at. They are showing strong indicators that they are looking to buy. So you need to understand what those indicators are, because then you say, look, Cara over here is showing really strong indicators. Let's move her into a sales process. Let's move her into the more sales part of the marketing and sales pipeline. Your job as a marketer with your marketing hat on is to provide a steady stream of MQLs for sales. Keep passing them. Make sure they keep coming in. Marketing must feed sales. Key component number 4 is you have to unmask your pipeline. Now, this might sound funny, but so often we're not sure who's actually looking at our stuff, because people might be showing an interest. Again, at the awareness stage, they might be kicking around, they might have shown an interest, but who are they? How can we reach them further? How can we deepen that relationship and engagement? So it's trying to unmask them. And we do that through things such as lead magnets, asking people to give us their email addresses, asking people to sign up for things. So you can go, oh, look, Cara signed up for this. Cara downloaded one of our workbooks. She must be interested. And this is part of the unmasking at the pipeline. And this, again, is important because it's no good saying, oh, 500 people are interested in what we do. We can tell that by the visits to our website and where they're clicking, but we don't know who they are. We don't know actually how serious they are. That means you don't know what's coming down your pipeline, because the whole point of a pipeline is you can look at it and go, oh, look, we know that it takes 3 months to get people from being interested in us to actually asking us for a quote. But it's fine because we've got a good group of people that are interested in us right now. So in 3 months' time, we're going to be delivering quotes, which means that in 5 months' time, we're going to have some of them as new customers. That's the idea of a pipeline, that you can see what's going to come down the stage. And that means that the earlier you have unmasked these people, the better, because then you can see actually this is a healthy pipeline, or actually this needs more work. Key component 5, your tech has to allow for growth. Your marketing tech stack has to allow for you for the size you are now and the size you're going to be in 6 months, 12 months, 18, 24 months time. It needs to be able to handle that growth, whether it's the volume of transactions, where it's more complex user journeys, whereas it's having more marketing qualified leads to work with. So look ahead. And this can be quite a hard one to swallow, because you're sat there thinking, oh my goodness, I'm paying for something that at the moment I'm not fully using, or we don't need to fully use. But it costs more money when you have to swap your marketing tech, when you're having to migrate everybody to different databases, to different technologies, and move them across. And then that makes the journey less smooth. So key component 5, choose marketing tech that allows for the growth you're going to have. So those are the 5 key components of an effective marketing and sales pipeline. What do you need to do to make this happen? That's always the question. What do you need to do now? Well, what you need to do is you need to deliberately design it. This does not happen by chance. This does not happen with you sitting in your business doing, churning out marketing. You have to stop doing marketing, and you have to make the time to deliberately design it. 4 design elements. Design element 1, you need to get the right people in. The right people with the right skills at each stage. Now, here at the Marketing Spaces, we talk about the design stage, the build stage, and the run stage. So first you design your marketing and sales pipeline. That requires a certain skill set. Then you build it, and depending on what you choose to build it in, that requires a different skill set. And then you run it, and that requires a different skill set. It is 3 very different skill sets to build, to design, build, and then run a marketing and sales pipeline. You need the right people with the right skills at each stage. Design element 2, you have to choose the marketing and sales activities that give your users, give your ideal customer segment a lovely, smooth journey. And by that, that's all the kind of marketing stuff we see. That might be adverts, it might be socials, it might be filling in a form to download something of interest. It might be going on a newsletter, it might be picking up the phone. All of these marketing and sales activities, which is what I call the doing marketing, you only choose the ones that present a seamless, elegant buyer's journey. That's your design element 2. Design element 3, you have to have a timeline, budget, and support. You have to have a timeline for your design phase, a timeline for your build phase, a timeline for your run phase. You have to have the budget for your build phase, the design phase, a budget for your build phase, and then of course a budget for your run phase. And budget is for run phase is what we often think of as our ongoing marketing plan. That is the budget, the ongoing marketing budget. Marketing budgets typically do always need an element of building, because you're always going to be adding things on as technologies change, as your customers change, and you need to use different marketing and sales activities, different channels to reach them. You also need support. The design element 3, support is so crucial. Who's going to help you design it? Who's going to help you build it? Who's going to help you run it? Who's going to test your thinking? Who's going to challenge what you're doing? Think about that level of support, and particularly if you're in a small growing business where possibly you're the only person in charge of marketing or doing marketing and you're not surrounded by a team of marketers. design element more for, obviously, put in all 5 of those key components that we've already looked at. You have to put them all into your pipeline. You have to. So your key segment at the center, proof of effectiveness, marketing, feeding sales, unmasking your pipeline, and tech that allows growth. So how can you do this? How can you deliberately design your marketing and sales pipeline? Well, here at the Marketing Spaces, this is one of the things we specialize in. So we do offer a 5-week program. It is an online program, but it includes virtual workshops with me and also one-to-one coaching with me. So it is hugely successful, and it completely covers that design phase for you so that you know exactly what you've got to build and then run. I would recommend you go and have a look at our page about it and see if this is the right program for you. We also offer the opportunity for you to follow a structured approach in your own time. This is an online course called How to Write Your Strategic Marketing Plan, and that gets you started on nailing those really key strategic things, such as who you're doing this for, what your products are, your market position. Go and have a look at that, see if that's the one that's right for you. And of course, there's the DIY option, where go and look at our insights page on the website, look at our events section, and join us for some of these things. And when you subscribe to our newsletter, you automatically get an invitation to our free monthly coffee breaks. You get some of our mail shots, including the notes from a strategic marketer from me, where I'm very frank about what we're doing, what we're trying, or what doesn't work, because we try things that don't work. Trust me, we really do. And that happens with all professional marketers. And we have a LinkedIn community only group where we have more chat and more discussion. So thank you so much for your time. Enjoy designing your marketing and sales pipeline, because it really makes a huge difference.